hello, gorgeous. Hello, pretty people. All the pretty people say hi, Teresa. Hashtag to all the pretty people. It's Tuesday. And what do we do on Tuesday? A quick lunch and learn every Tuesday at 1:30. A quick lunch and learn. It's about 1:45. So, yes, I had some errands to run. My son plays football, basketball, all the things. So I was being a mom first. Yes, God first. Family second, career third, but I did not forget about the peoples. So hashtag to all the pretty people that are present. So yes, every Tuesday, mark your calendars, 1:30 Eastern time for a quick lunch and learn. So if you want some great business tips, motivation, and inspiration, this is the page for you. So hi, gorgeous. Yes, I see King in the building. Let me know that you are present so I know I'm talking to the peoples. So put in the chat, say hi, Jerusha. I actually speak back. I'm glad to see your beautiful faces on this Tuesday. Let's get this party started. Right. Hello, gorgeous. Vanessa's in the building. Yes, Queen is in the building. Hello, gorgeous. I see your beautiful faces on Instagram, on the Tik and the Talk, as well as my Facebook family. So yes, mark your calendar. So if you're joining me for the very first time, put newbie in the chat. Say, I'm a newbie. I love my newbies. Put newbie in the chat. That just means you're just now hearing the sound of my voice. You are a newbie to me. Hi, newbie. And then, of course, if you watch the replay, put replay. But if you tag two people or share the broadcast, you and I just became besties. I love it when you share. When I share, you share. That's how we change the world. Knowledge is the new rich. Arm yourselves with it. Hello, gorgeous. So I'm going to share some great business tips with you. Everybody wants the promise, but nobody wants the progress. And so we're going to talk about what it takes to be successful, what it takes to write a book, what it takes to show up on social media. There's a process to success. Hello, gorgeous. Yes, if you're on my business page, I've been going live on my business page every Tuesday at 1:30 for about 4 years, right before the pandemic. I made a commitment. I was ready to go through the process. And so if you want massive success, massive growth, you gotta go through the process, peoples. And so I am telling you, hello, gorgeous. Oh, Andrea's in the building. Hello, gorgeous. Yes. Candace is in the building. Luke is in the building. Let me know that you are present. I want to know who's in the building. I love my peoples on Tuesday. So I show up just for you. So hopefully you're going to get some value today. Not hopefully. I know you're going to get some value today. I know for sure what I know. And so I share actionable business tips, tools, hacks, scripts, ways to shorten your learning curve. So my hope is to shorten somebody else's learning curve. I've been an entrepreneur for almost over 17 years. I know a thing or two. So I built my business initially offline, got online right before the pandemic, and the rest is history. And so I've been very blessed. And so I don't take it lightly. And so I definitely want to make sure I share because we can all go to the top. And so my background is radio and television. If you're joining me, love the radio and television industry. If you can't tell, I love to talk. At the time, I just wanted time freedom. The first person that spoke to me about a home-based business, I said yes, went to the top of that company, transitioned and promoted myself to another company. I'm now in social retail. Yes, where I get to do all things social. I get to do all things through my cell phone, build an entire organization through my cell phone. So if you are that person, you're like, I want a business where I can use my cell phone, put 100s so I can teach you more about the 100s. I don't know if it's a fit, but I know we're going to the top, baby. So yes, and so I got to tell you this process, whatever you're doing, there is going, 100s, okay? Put 100 in the chat if you want to learn more about the 100s in my social retail business. Now, everybody wants the promise, but nobody wants the process. I am not one of those influencers, top producers that's going to tell you, girl, just work 1 hour. In the beginning, it's going to require more than 1 hour worth of work, okay? But you do have time. And so I had a home-based business, but I was never home initially. And so many times I missed. Okay, so those of you that are working a traditional job, that was me. When I started on a part-time basis. So many times I missed putting my son to bed every night. I missed cooking dinner every night for my husband and my boys. And so there are no shortcuts to success. It's all about the process. There's no elevator to the top. You can only take the stairs, baby. Sometimes the struggles is what you need to make you stronger. And I know you guys have heard the story about the butterfly, where the cocoon And the little boy, he snipped it with a pair of scissors. Yes, you heard that before. No, you've never heard that story before. Okay, so a young boy picked up a butterfly cocoon and he took it home. And so he watched over the course of hours as the butterfly was struggling to break free from its confined, little cocoon. And so the butterfly managed to get a little piece of his body out in the small hole, but his body was too large to actually emerge. And so he was just tired and exhausted. And so the little boy thought he was doing him a favor, and the boy snipped a split of the cocoon with a pair of scissors, and the butterfly was able to emerge easily. And the butterfly was so small and weak, and its wings were crippled. And so the boy expected the insect to just fly away and like, I saved you. But what happened is he ended up crippling him because he helped him. And so sometimes the struggle is what you need for your strength. He didn't realize the reason why he was struggling, because the fluid was getting to the wings so he could fly easily on his own. And so this is how God works, I believe, with us. If everybody gave it to you and made it easy, you wouldn't know the struggle. So what he did actually hurt the butterfly. And so what I want to tell you is there's a process to success. And so I believe a struggle, right, in anything, it's going to take all of you. It's going to require all of you. And so I know for sure when I was in corporate America and I started my side hustle, I struggled, right, to do both. I struggled to maintain a full-time job, wife, mother, build a business. Okay. I had to fall in love with the process. There were late nights. I'm not going to tell you, girl, you're not going, There were late nights, a little sleep, no television. You better catch this. No hanging out with friends to build, my business. Eventually I was able to lay off corporate America. Divorce the outcome, marry the process. You better write that down. Divorce the outcome, marry the process. I wanted time freedom so badly, I was going to do whatever it takes. I wanted time freedom, and there was a price to pay to get it. There's a price to pay for your success. If you want to be on top, everything you want in life has a price connected to it. There's a price to pay for it, right? You're going to pay now or you're going to pay later. We had when I grew up, I ate these candies called now laters. Okay. So you're going to pay now or you're going to pay later. You better get some now laters. And so there's a price on everything, a price to pay just for leaving things as they are, a price for everything. A price is what we pay. Value is what we get. Now, was it valuable for me to sacrifice? Absolutely. Because now I was late coming on because I was able to take my son to football practice, pick him up from football practice, take his little friend home because I was obedient to the process. Now, I'm going to help you out. These are some things you need to do so you can start enjoying the process that you're in, because nobody likes it. It doesn't always feel good. Step one, you got to understand your process. I don't know what business you're building. I don't know your projects that you're working on, but write this down. A pretty person is going to put this in the chat for me. Understand your process. Write it down in detail, how you're currently doing things and where you can change it. And so when I got online, I was really confused because I built my business offline. And so I was like, how am I going to get an online presence? What type of post should I be, putting out to attract the people that I want? And so you got to ask yourself some hard questions. How do you learn? Everybody's different, right? I'm a visual and auditory learner. I learned sales and marketing by watching, by looking and listening, not by reading. So if you're that type of person that you like to read, then that's different. For me, when I worked in corporate America, in the car, I was listening to podcasts. I was listening to YouTubes. I was listening to other people like myself. And those of you that is Clubhouse still a thing? Listening and learning in the car. This became Drive Time University. Write that down. In the car is always Drive Time University. You do have time to learn. Okay. It's what you do with the time. You're not listening to the radio. You're not talking on the phone. That's Drive Time University. That's when you're learning because you're listening to somebody who's doing what you want to do. Number two, what else you need to do is evaluate your process. If right now you just wake up and you say, I'm going to work my part-time business, I'm going to work my side gig, but you don't have a plan to do that. So what's working and what isn't working? We know just waking up and saying whatever happens, happens doesn't work. It's working for me when I time block. So I use apps to time block my day out. It doesn't work just to wake up and hope it works out for you. That's not a plan of action. And I need you to take your time seriously. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. The beggar and the billionaire have the same 24 hours. You better get with the program. Number 3, write this down. Study what other people do. When I tell you, let me tell you a secret. I will study the heck out of people. They don't even know I'm studying them. There are people that I watch, I study all their stuff. I'm secretly watching and learning. Study what other people do, especially if they're in your niche. Whether it's someone you admire, whether it's a mentor or someone famous, right? Super successful, like an Oprah or whoever. You look up to this person. Find out how they do things. When I found out most successful people wake up early in the morning. Well, unfortunately, I always have to wake up early because my son, right? He always has some activities. But if you are not that person, you're like, oh, I'm not a morning person. It's interesting that you say that, because if you go to your job and you go every day on time, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, you are a morning person. So you're reporting to somebody. But when it's time to work for ourselves, we become, oh, I'm not a morning person. You've got to discipline your actions. Okay. So study other people and start to mimic what they're doing. Now, I didn't say, be a copycat. Although if you copy the right cat, you're still good to go. But you're going to make it yours. But I study certain people, I'm telling you, like a hawk. I can tell you everything about certain people. They don't even know I study them. Number 4, anticipate problems in the process. Now, of course, most people think, oh, I have a process. I'm going to wake up at 7 a.m. I'm going to get to work. I'm going to take a break in 4 hours. Every single one of you should be taking a break at your job. You do have by law 15 minutes. You got a 15-minute break every 4 hours, right? I will be working on my craft during that time, okay? Now, you got to anticipate problems might happen. They might call you in a meeting or, something else happened. That's okay. Nobody likes to admit that things could fall apart. Denzel Washington, love him, so attractive. He said it best. When you ask for rain, you have to deal with the mud too. People don't anticipate problems happening, but they are going to happen. But you got to understand, okay, this is a part of the process. I want to learn. I'm open to learning. It's all good. When you start having that type of attitude, it's all good, baby. It is what it is. You will have a better day, a more productive day. So have systems to help with problems that may occur. They say the average person, yes, have goals, but winners have systems. Jerusha, I'm going to say it again for the people in the back. The average person have goals, but winners have systems. You got to have a system in place just in case, right? If I'm thrown off of my schedule, because I use an app to schedule out my day, if I'm thrown off the schedule, I change it a little bit, but I don't get frustrated like I used to because I'm very impatient. I like for my schedule to go exactly how I put it down the night before. And so I've learned to be like, all right, it is what it is, adjust, because I want to have a good attitude going into my next project, right? And so I want you to have systems in place. Everyone knows what system stands for, right? Yes or yes. Say, Jerusha, I know it. Save yourself time, energy, and money. System. Write the acronym out. Save yourself time, energy, and money. You got to have some type of system in place, okay? Number 5, a part of growing through this process is account for yourself. I'm going to tell you a secret. You're the problem. You're the solution because you're not accounting for yourself. You're not accounting you. How do you spend your morning before going to work? Account for your time. I became a professional time thief. I could tell you exactly how I built my business when I worked a full-time job. I was obsessed with every moment building my business, following up, calling people back, texting people, emailing people. Every free moment when I worked in corporate America, I was stealing my time. Is this efficient and productive? Is this an income producing activity? Is it helping you get to where you want to be? If it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense, right? And so I'm not going to do it. It doesn't make dollars. It don't make sense for me to do it. Somebody else needs to do that. I need to account for my activities. I can tell you right now, most people don't account for themselves. Yeah, they do not. Because if you did, you wouldn't say it's other people's problems. If you did, you wouldn't blame other people. You're the problem. You're the solution. You're it. You figure it out. Everything is figure outable, baby. Write that down. All right. So number 6, you're going to adjust your process as needed. Now, today I had to adjust 15 minutes. I normally go live every Tuesday at 1:30. I adjusted. I came live in my stories and I say, I'm going to be there about 1:45. I'm consistent, right? I made adjustments for those that are showing up every Tuesday for me. I want to respect their time and say, hey, I'm going to be late, but you don't want to miss it. So be honest and open enough with yourself to recognize and admit where your process breaks down. We want to admit that it's us. I don't get that. When I worked offline and I would have an opportunity to go out and meet new people. And so in an hour, I already knew how many people I could meet, names and numbers in an hour, because I did it so much repetitively, just doing it. And so I can tell you, I'm going to get those 10 names and numbers. I'm going to get it. Now, if I don't, it was hot that day. It's Atlanta. It's hot Atlanta. And if it's taking me 2 and 3 and 4 hours, what am I doing? What am I doing? I'm wasting time. So I need to adjust my attitude. I need to go to a different location. Okay. So be honest and open enough with yourself to recognize and admit, okay, today I sucked. And you can cry about it, because I'm not going to tell you everything's going to be like hunky-dory all the time and exciting all the time. And you're going to have this burst of energy all the time, because you are not. Okay. You are not. There are going to be days you're going to want to kick your business in the teeth. There are going to be days you're going to want to punch the people you work with. There are going to be days you don't want to show up. All of that is normal. That's normal. You're fine. You're okay. But you adjust. And so with the systems, you're able to do that. A bad system will beat a good person every time. Okay. So write this down. Number 7, what I can tell you is pick 3 areas or 5 areas, whatever. Pick 3 areas to work on. Right now, I just said, you know what you're doing on a daily basis. This is going to help you go to the next 6 months of 2023. This is going to help you. Don't stress yourself out by trying to change too many things at once. You're going to write down 3 main things that you need to change. You know what they are. You're a business coach like me, a mentor. Don't have to tell you. You already know. Okay. I know that I'm supposed to contact at least 10 people every day, and I contact 2. You know. I know that I'm supposed to call 10 people. If you call, I mostly text, but if you call 10 people, you called 1. You were supposed to meet new people today and you didn't. Okay. Now you're going to adjust that and say, this is what I used to do. I used to do this. Now I do this. Okay. Once you admit it, then you can fix it. So admit it. You don't have to admit it out loud, but okay, this is what I was doing. Now I do this. That's why I want to encourage you to begin by writing down the 3 things that you need to change, 3 specific areas you like to improve in your businesses or in your projects. What are the 3 areas? We all know what they are. For me, I even have areas I need to improve on. There's no perfect way of doing everything, right? So I definitely know that when I write it down, for some reason, it commits to memory. So get a journal and start writing it down. Put the date on there or use your phone. I got notes in my phone. Whatever it takes for you to do that. But start that process over and over again. Hi, beautiful. She said, hi, queen. How are you? Let me just tell you this. Life is defined by what you hate. You've got to get angry to change. You've got to get angry enough to go through the process. Every single day, you got to be so mad at where you are. Nothing will stop you from changing it. If you hate being broke, prove it. You hate that? Prove it. If you hate living paycheck to paycheck, prove it. I'm going to watch you. If you hate having to look at your bank balance before you make a purchase, well, let me see how much money I got. Prove it. Prove it in your actions. Most people don't hate it bad enough. It doesn't feel comfortable, but they don't really hate it, because what we hate, we change. And so if you hate that, you can't purchase everything for your children. You hate that you can't go on vacations. Prove it. Many people are not mad enough. You're not angry enough. You're not tired enough. And you don't want it bad enough to change it and go through the process. The process doesn't feel good. Too many people want the promise. God has promised us all these things if we go through the process. So I had to change the way I thought about success. Okay. I had to change the way I thought about money. I had to change the way I thought about time. That's the main one for me. You just think you have all this time in the world. It's June of 2023. It's about to be 2024. Okay. I had to change the way I thought about time. I had to change the way I thought about my relationships. You will not grow accidentally. Success is on purpose. Success is intentional. So that's intentional daily actions, online and offline. Showing up every Tuesday at 1:30 is an intentional act. Those are intentions, right? So I built my home-based business initially offline for years, right? I had intentions on getting out every single day, meeting new people, transition, and decided, okay, there's a better way. Not saying that this way doesn't work, because it got me to the top 1%. But I'm saying there's a better way with technology and Chat GPT. Today, you can do everything from your cell phone. So nothing is actually stopping you. So can you imagine, right, deciding right now, okay, what's my process, going through the 7 steps that I just gave you for the next 6 months? Where will you be by January 2024? It's called grinding. You're going to grind for the next 6 months. So people ask all the time, was it hard? Girl, yes. Yes. Stop asking people, is it hard? Stop. If you don't want to work hard, then, well, that's a lie, because you work hard for somebody else. You work hard for somebody else. They go home, live a great life, and you worked hard. Being an entrepreneur is hard. Today, you get to choose your hard. Yes, it's hard. I would say it's just challenging. It was challenging to work a full-time job, build a side hustle, maintain a household. Yes, it's hard. Was I mad about it? Yes. Was I angry? Yes. Did I cry? Yes. And so being in Atlanta, the average commute from my house, for most people, you can Google this, it's like 50, 60 hours a year in the car driving. Am I angry about that? Yes. Was I angry about taking my son to daycare? Yes. All those things. You got to get so angry, you don't care what it takes, you're going to do it. Most people are not angry enough. And I heard people say your why should make you cry. At the time, my why did make me cry, because it was, an emotional part for me. But today, that's not my why. Why do I do it now? For generational wealth. Why do I show up now? So why are you showing up, or why are you not showing up is more of the question. Why are you not taking your life seriously? Why are you doing this? Why do you want, that nonprofit? Why do you want to be a best-selling author? Why do you want that? What is that going to do for you? Why do you want to go to the top of your company? Why? Why do you want that ministry? Your why will drive your energy to change. If your why isn't driving you, it's not big enough. You don't really want that. That's why most people don't like, my why is to purchase shoes. That's not it. That's not going to make you work. You can go work for somebody else and get shoes, get handbags, even travel to Florida. Okay, that's not why. I need you to evaluate your process today and say, why do I want X, Y, and Z? What will make me change? Now, there are some people, they're just not going to change. They're not going to do it. But I can tell you this, change is voluntary or involuntary, but necessary. So your why will drive your energy to change. Your why will drive your energy to go through the process. I don't feel like being excited every day. I don't feel like showing up every day, but my why drives me to do it anyway. I don't care that this is a process. I'm like, let's get through the process. Let's go. So everyone will say they want to change, but they don't want the challenges that's married to the change, because it's not free. Okay. It's a price to pay. So write this down. Said Jerusha said, true success requires sacrifice. True success requires sacrifice. You will sacrifice, or you just will stay where you are. And if you are happy with what you're doing, keep doing it. This is only for the people who are mad. They're looking at their checking account. They're mad. They're looking at their expenses. They're looking at their life. They're mad. They want to change their lifestyle. Those are my people. It's going to require all of you, because the person that starts this race is not the same person that's going to finish it. Once you decide, it's just a decision. An indecision is a decision. We all make choices. I tell my boys all the time, we all make choices. Today, what's your choice? And so he's always like, I don't know if I'm going to go to football today. I don't know if I'm going to go to basketball. We're going. You want to be a great athlete, correct? You know, he is an honor student as well. We got to have academics, but you're going to sacrifice. That's why blood, sweat, tears, let's go to practice. Same thing in business. We got to practice. I have to practice going live. I have to practice showing up on TikTok every day doing a live. Practice that I'm required to do a live on TikTok every day for more than an hour and a half. Oh, I'm practicing. I got to show up. This is a process. And so you can't say when the account is growing 1,000 new people every month or 2,000 every month. It's because I'm going through the process. And then other people want to know, well, how can I grow my account? You're going to do what I'm doing? How can I be successful? You're going to do what I'm doing? So you got to decide that today. Today is your day. So if this was good for you, this process situation is helpful. #helpful. If you have a business bestie, you have a team, make sure you tag your teammates, share the broadcast, because sharing is caring. We want our sisters to win. We want her to get it, because your success is tied to somebody else's belief system. They don't believe it yet. They got to see other people do it. It's not just me and other people you see that show up every day. It's you. You're it. I can't attract the people that you can attract. I can't. You have to attract them. So you have to decide, what is my process? Go through those 7 steps that I just gave you. And I can't wait to see what we're going to do in 6 months before 2024. You decided now. You said January 1, but it didn't work out. That's okay. Don't beat yourself up. You still here. You still have a chance. You still have a choice. Okay. And so if you are excited now, you're like, Jerusha, can I listen to you every day? Well, what you want to do is make sure that you're following. I do go live pretty much around lunchtime, and I'm on TikTok now every day doing the live. So if you're not following me on TikTok, make sure that you follow, and then that way you'll get the notification that I am live. If this was helpful, #helpful. Oh, Yvonne in the building. Yes, Cassandra is in the building. Janie is in the building. So if you appreciate this, yes, marry the process. Divorce the results, marry the process. And so you cannot decide what the results are going to be, but you can decide what process you're going to go through to get better results. And so I'm excited for all of you. I can't wait to see what you're going to do with me. Do me a favor. Make sure that you're following me over on TikTok, because we're going live over there. Very helpful. #helpful. If this is helpful, if you want to learn more about the 100s in my social retail business, I am helping 100 families earn $100,000 monetizing and leveraging social media in my business. Put 100s. Yes, put 100 in the chat if you want to learn more about the 100s. And then, of course, I will see your beautiful faces on Wednesday nights. If you're in my group, I answer your business questions. So if you're a small business, network marketer, direct seller, you're my people. Okay, so I'll answer your business questions on tomorrow at 8 p.m. I'm just thankful that grace and mercy follow me. I'm Jerusha, and I'll see you on the page. Have a great day. #helpful.